say, I don't know that I understood too much about the marketing plan and all the products and the opportunity per se that particular day. But I want to say that when I looked around at those people in the room, people like Nola and Rory and other business builders, serious business builders, I could see they looked well. But the most important thing is they looked happy. And that's when I decided to take this seriously. I'm going to go back a little bit in time. When I got married, I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And one day I said to my husband, Pat, I want to buy a wall unit for the TV and, dicky up the lounge. Well, my husband was a chemical engineer, had a fabulous job, so I thought, and he just said to me, Viv, if you want a wall unit, best you go out and get a job and buy one. Get it, because my salary can't stretch to help with things like that. I'd only just started. Today more than ever, young people, everyone, some of them are doing 2 and 3 side hustles just to make ends meet. You know that FNB reports that in middle-class families, by the 5th of the month, listen to this now, by the 5th of the month, there's no money left in the bank account. And I can tell you that that was true of us then. I tried a few things and I managed to get my wall unit and my microwave and my Elna sewing machine, but things got tougher. We now had a bond, a couple of cars, a child at school, university, and spiraling costs. And that's how I found myself at an opportunity meeting, because I had to do something about our spiraling debt, basically. So, truth be told, I come from a hardworking family, and I was told that the very good thing to do was to get a good education, get a good job, and everything would pan out well. Well, I'm going to tell you that I don't believe that's true. I know that that's a broken picture, and I know it because I'm 70, and people of my age I see are in trouble, and they needed to have planned much earlier than now to look after their finances. So if you're looking for something, your story, and you're online with me tonight, your story is probably not maybe dissimilar. So if you were looking at a side hustle or a part-time business, what would you, I'm going to share some things that I think that you perhaps should look for. Number one, you need a good return on investment and low-cost entry. That would be appealing, wouldn't it? The second one would be a reliable industry. The third one would be a real business based on goods and services. That's essential. And number 4, a simple business plan. Now, I'm not going to talk about all of that. Nola's going to talk about some of that, but I want to talk about reliable industry. Network marketing is the business of now and definitely the future. There are just so many advantages, and we'll show you during the course of this event. But before I do that, I want to share with you a little bit about the company philosophy. So we're a company that's 67 years old. Nola's already mentioned that we're in over 50 countries worldwide. We're an international business. Wonderful. But what lies behind our product offering is what we call a scientific advisory board. And this is of huge value because we say our products are based in nature and backed by science. So this is an incredible thing to have a scientific background, which has resulted in being regarded as leaders in the world of nutrition. And I'm not just talking about any nutrition, I'm talking about whole food nutrition. Our findings, for example, are peer-reviewed and documented in things like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and many, many other scientific journals of repute. And our science has resulted in products that are unique. That means they can only be found in our company. No one else has managed to do what we do, and that's powerful. And I'm certain that if you wanted to share something with your colleagues, your family, your friends, strangers, you wanted to be able to have confidence that what you were sharing was trustworthy. I know I would want to. And that I soon realized once I started on some products and had some incredible health changes. Let's talk about that product offering. I'll ask you just now to share not yet, Nola. So we've got 3 product ranges. And if you look at statistics, you're going to find that sectors, nutrition and supplements have got the highest percentage of sales according to the Direct Selling Association. So if you're looking at a good business, that's a good one to be in. Second highest is skincare and associated products. We're in that as well. And then the third one is green cleaning products, which is quite amazing. And so I'm going to start, and we're going to look at a slide which introduces our first range, which is golden products. We have 3 ranges. One is called golden products, and Nola's going to share the slide on the golden products.
I am.
You can just take your
why doesn't it want to go?
Take your cursor and try to just move the.
Here we are. Sorry, there it
is. Okay.
It's not. There it is.
Okay.
Very good. Sorry about that delay.
So I've got something in front of me, Nola, which is masking that slide, and I don't know whether anybody else has.
Oh.
It might just be me and not anybody else.
No. Okay, let me draw. Hold on a sec. Hold on one moment.
We can see the slide, Viv.
Okay, so it's probably only me. I've got something else in front of me, not the slide. But the most important thing is that these are incredible. This is what we started off in South Africa with golden products. They go back many, many years, and these products are economical. They work. They are green, and we were green years before green of now, if you know what I mean. But the incredible thing is, why did we want these particular products? It's not just because everybody cleans their home, which by the way should be true, but the most important thing is that we were looking into eliminating toxicity in the home. That is actually the most important, one of the most important challenges to us, because it actually interferes, toxicity actually interferes with our health, hormones, all sorts of things. I'm not going to go into great detail, but I just want to tell you or share with you just how very powerful these products are, because they work, they're economical, and you make incredible savings, which I think every family would want to do. And it's something that people do, and they use, they products that have to be used regularly. So let's move on to the second one, which is our Neolife Nutritionals. In front of you, you've got a slide, and it says Pro Vitality Plus, and round it you can see food. Right. Well, I said to you that we were whole foods. That's what we are about, and all that Neolife does, we're so aware of how our food has changed and how our foods have been over-processed over time, and things have been basically eliminated from our diet, that we are passionate about helping people just fill some dietary gaps. That's what we're about. We're not looking for sick people. We can help sick people, but we want people to be well and to stay well. So when we look at the offering, I told you that some of the products were unique, and I'm going to talk about two. We can go to the next slide, where it shows on the slide there are four. You'll see that there are four little products there in little there's some gels and a vitamin. And this is what is inside what we call Pro Vitality Plus. What is Pro Vitality Plus? It's something that gives you energy, vitality, looks after your heart health, your skin, your eyes, your brain. In fact, it delivers so many things. It's got some important products in there. Now, we're not going to spend a lot of time talking about product because you're here just to get a soupçon, a snapshot of what we do to pique your interest and your curiosity, but to show you how incredibly valuable these products are. So let's talk about the first one that I want to talk about, which it's a little green one there. It's called Tree NN. What is Tree NN? And why is it important to you and to me? Well, it's something that has been, it's a whole grain, and whole grains have been over-processed so much that they are very hard to find. If I question people whether they ate whole grains today, many of them wouldn't even know, but most have had naught, zero. And it's called an essential fatty acid, which means your body has to ingest it, otherwise, because your body can't make it. What does it do? It's all about cellular health. You are as good as your cells. You are as healthy as your cells, and you have 73 trillion of them. And what Tree NN does, it just makes sure that the outside of every single cell is kept flexible, soft, and permeable, so that nutrition can pass through the cell wall and waste product can be eliminated. This is so important because what we're doing is we're looking at the reduction of inflammation and also the beginning of preventing oxidation. Oxidation, by the way, is rust. That's what we call it. We don't want our bodies to rust. So that product is really an essential fatty acid, absolutely amazing. And no one else has been able to provide a product like that. And their scientific findings goes back to 1958. And in fact, in 2006, two men received the Nobel Chemistry Prize for finding what we did in 1958. Isn't that amazing? So we knew we were on the right track. We didn't get the Nobel Prize, but we were on the right track before them. Right. The second product, really, really something very close to my heart and something very important for my heart, is omega-3. Omega-3 is just so important. It used to be called omega-3 salmon oil plus. It's now called omega-3 plus. And most people know about omega-3, right? So important for brain health, for heart health, for flexible joints, and also for men's prostate health. Also called an essential fatty acid, which means, once again, you have to ingest it. But our omega is very different from the huge offering that you can find in any of the no-name places. And they are, the reason I say that is because normally companies have to do, I think it's, bear with me a second, I think it's 94 toxicity tests for omega-3 because there are very many contaminants in fish. We do 200. We have a zero tolerance for contaminants, and that is incredible. The other thing that we have is we are able to source from the raw material right through to finished product. We are able to sort, we know batches, we know everything because we don't ever send out any of our products to where we lose control of where those products are going to be. And that's a very, very important thing. It's a home-based business, and it has been. It's not on, it's not on the JSE or anything like that, because the man who started this business is passionate about helping to keep it in your hands and my hands and keeping costs down. Right. So I could speak all night about products, but I'm not going to go anymore. Those two are unique products. There are very, very many more unique products. And if you're interested, you're going to learn about them. So these are the products that move our business forward and help us to be, number one, better versions of ourselves from a health perspective, and by filling dietary gaps, they help us age well, and so that we eventually don't fall into the categories of where many people are of where they suffer when they get older. We're not saying you're not going to age and you're never going to get ill or any of that, not at all. But what will happen is you will find some amazing results. I'm 70, for example, and I'm on I don't have any medication that I take. I only take Neolife. So the most important thing is that if you're having financial challenges or frustration of not being able to choose the food you want, for example, or the car you want to drive, or where you want to live, or to travel, or whether you could afford to travel, then perhaps it's something that you need to look at. Yeah, I have found that when I took on this business, I was able to get rid of quite a few things and start to live the way I wanted to live. In 2005, Pat said to me, Viv, you have to work and you have to bring in some money pretty quickly. And I'm just going to say that I did. I got on, they taught me what I had to do, and very quickly I trebled the income that I was earning in another business, which was very part-time, and it really opened my eyes wide. During the last 20 years, we have traveled. We were able to get out of debt at the time with amazing good health. And there's something I can't ever forget is when we went through lockdown, and because our business, we were allowed to be open because, we help people, I was able to support my family the whole way through. That was just absolutely mind-blowing. I'm 70 years old. I certainly don't feel it. I don't have to retire like other industries would demand. My future is bright. I hope that I piqued your curiosity, because I'm now going to ask Nola to show us how it all works out. Over to you, Nola.
Thank you very much, Viv. That is really great. And you certainly have covered the products. There's one more slide, which I'm not going to even bother about, is our skincare, which is fantastic. But you know what? Consumable products are the way to go, as Viv has so clearly mentioned to us. And necessity products is fantastic. Viv, thank you very much for starting this all off. I am now going to talk about the job we have to do. And it's very simple, but the big thing is, I think what we've got to understand here is that Neolife's philosophy is very, very simple. And I'm going to read, I'll tell you what it is. It's absolute, unwavering pursuit of quality without compromise. And I am so thankful that we found this business that we've been part of for 50 years. It's kept us all well. It's given us an incredible lifestyle. We've had so much fun. We've met the most wonderful people, and we basically retired into this business because we've loved doing it, and we still love being part of this whole community. So it can do the same for you. So let's have a look at the next slides. Okay, there we are. Okay, and this is what I just want to say. Neolife provides a solid, proven business platform that allows you to build a global network. Now think about that. A global network, and it's provided this platform. So the exciting thing is you can get into business with never having been in business before, and basically the platform is there. You've got to do the work. So let's have a look at the work we've got to do. It's always good to look at the work, and here it is. So here it says, start your own business. Link to Neolife, start your own business, receive discounts on all products. So what we've got to do, first step is use the products, and you will link to Neolife. You use the products, you purchase the products that you're currently using in your home. We have shampoos, we have soaps, we have, as Viv has said, all those ranges, the cleaning product. Everybody uses cleaning products. Most people at least use a multivitamin, but maybe you don't, but we'll get you using one because it's good for you. So you link to Neolife and you purchase things for your home at a discount. So that's your usage, which I've got here. And because you're going to have a story that you like, what it's done for you, whatever your story is, you are going to talk to people and get customers. It's a very simple system. You find people's needs, you fulfill the needs, you got a business. So the minimum which ignites any bonus that you're going to receive will be 100 points. So I'm keeping it very simple. So between your use and your customer's use, a minimum of 100 points. I mean, that is so minimum that very few people can stick to the minimum. But anyway, that's your job, is to use and speak to people about what you love. And then the next job is this: introduce 3 distributors to do their 100 points every month. That's the next job. So let's just get this you and Neolife into perspective. You are an independent business person. You will have your buying number from Neolife. That's your business number. It lasts. You stay connected to Neolife. It's generational. You can build it as big as you like or keep it as small as you like. It's your business. The beautiful thing is Neolife supplies the product, and it's a big deal to find that they have to find the raw ingredients. And as Viv says, from the seed to the product, they are in charge of all that. They're not handing it over to other people to find their raw ingredients. And I think that is why we've stuck around. We just know where it comes from, where the intention behind it, and the ethics behind it. So that's great. So Neolife is your business partner. Neolife does the administration. Now, we've had another business of our own, and the admin used to eat up all our time. We hardly had time to do what we had to do to grow the business. Admin is quite a tough thing. If you're running your own business, you don't have to worry about the admin because Neolife does it all. And all the people that you link to Neolife, they get the same treatment. They will get all their payment and bonuses from Neolife. So now you just got to do what I've said. Use the product, get your customers, and introduce 3 other distributors every month. That's your job. And you'll join the community, your business will grow. Now let's have a look. This introduced 3 distributors to do their 100 points, use the product, get customers. Some people don't do that. That's why you must introduce 3 every month. Because out of 3, you're going to get 1 who will. Maybe all 3 will. But let's just hedge our bets and you just get 3 every month. People who do that grow their network really quickly. So I'm going to show the power of exponential growth with this concept in mind. So you have 1, and you see we're just taking 1 out of the 3. If you introduce 1 a month, you're not going to have this exponential growth. It doesn't work. We know out of 3 you'll get 1. So you plus 1 gives you 2. Okay, 200 points. You each go and get 1. That's 4 of you. That's 400 points. Do you see how your little business is getting traction? You do 400 points, there's a bonus back at that point, over and above your discount. The 4 of you go and get 8. That's 800 points. the 8 of you go and get one more each. That makes it 16. That's 1,600 points. Points are our measurement. They are our measurement, as we can't measure a global business in any currency other than our own currency, so that we can talk the same language in every country we're in and the people actually understand it. So let's have a look at the next step. 16 people get one each. That's 32. That's 3,200. I mean, you start earning bonuses at 400 points. So at 3,200, your bonus is probably about 5,000 Rand, round about there, which is a nice part-time bonus. Hey, for mom staying at home and needing to bring a little extra in, that's great. To pay off the extra debt or extra whatever, another 4,000 or 5,000 Rand is just great. But let's have a look at this 32 people bringing one in. Makes you 64 people, households, doing 100 points. That is going to get you around about $1,000, 20,000 Rand a month. Now, let's have that as a measurement, because that brings you to the top of our plan, where you're getting another 25% back on your already 25% discount. So it gives you 50% back. And that's a good place to stop there and go to the next slide, because to go on to another form of income, which is your leadership development, where you become a leader, where you become, you can travel with the company, you can win trips, you become leaders, where you're starting to lead your team apart from just yourself. You are now doing that 6,000 points or 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 points here, and you will continue doing what you're doing, and you will have another person doing the same amount. So if the two of you in your teams do 10,000 points, you are called a world team member and you get added percentages. So here you're starting to earn tens of thousands. Now, as you continue, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a very planned, easily tracked scheme. If you look at the president's team here, you have now got 6 working distributors. You have a lot more, but we're looking out of the bunch you got 6 leaders, 6 people seriously building their own business. And you'll find this is where you start earning hundreds of thousands of Rand. It's a very simple business that you develop your skills by doing small daily activities on a consistent basis. If you've got that, you've understood what I've said, you got it, okay? It's not a when you feel like it, not when you find time. You've got to make time. You've got to plan your time. I know you're busy. We're all busy. But you've got 24 hours a day. I think we all got 24 hours a day. 8 you sleep, 8 you work, 8 what do? Take 1 at least, or 2 at least, for your business. And this business is going to actually give you the lifestyle that you hopefully want. Maybe you've let go of your dreams. I don't know. But if you teach others your system and you all focus on what you have to do, the next step you've got to do, you focus on your consistency a little bit every day. You focus on your belief, using the product and saying, wow, this is good, I can share this. And as you believe in the business, you're going to say, this is good, I can share this. You get to a stage where you can't help yourself because it's good for people. And then you stay connected, and near life, you stay connected with your near life, your community, and it is just amazing. So success will be with yours in whatever way you see success. Just imagine having your own business and growing it at the pace you want to. And it's a very simple plan that I've shown you. So now it's about this time that people begin to get all the excuses in their heads. Okay, and I know it because I've been there. Okay, so you know what? There's one thing that I'm very sure of. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't do both. So if you're saying, I don't have time, think about how you can make time. We've all got the same number of hours. I don't know anyone. Really? You don't know anyone who uses cleaning products. And these cleaning products save you at least half, a third to half, at least, of what you're spending now on cleaning products, okay? And they're healthy, okay? The I was introduced to this, Rory and I were introduced to this business by an old person. And all my young friends said, oh, I've got kids. You just don't understand. They take up all of my time. I had babies at 15 months apart, and we did this business for them, not made them an excuse not to build the future, financial future. You know, so I have a question, which I think could help you decide if this is a more important is as the reason why you can't. The question I want to ask you is, have you your own visions of what you want to do? What do you want to buy? Where do you want to go on holiday? Hey, it's getting towards Christmas. What are you going to do about it? The list goes on. Education next year, you're probably having to dig deep for various schools and varsities, etc. You know what? It's going to take some effort. It's taking you probably stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's a very good zone to climb out of, by the way. Get out your comfort zone and stretch. Sometimes it is really difficult to change. Do you have difficulties in your life right now? That's what I want to know. Answer that to yourself. I think we all do. We did when we joined. But you know, life is hard. But my humble advice to you is choose your hard. I chose my hard. And that took me on a wonderful life's journey. Forever grateful for that. You see, this hard is not difficult. It's hard because you've got to find the time. You've got to sometimes skip things that you want to go to because you're focusing on your business. That's the hard. But this hard has a very happy ending. It has an amazing business that is generational if you want it to be. You see, everyone is navigating through pressures. I don't know what your pressures are. Through demands from bosses, expectations, lack of money, simply not having a time to live and do things they want to do, leaving us overwhelmed and fearful. We have just given you the answer, guys. The next step is to make a decision. The person who invited you onto this Zoom is going to make contact with you tonight and see what you want to do. There are kits that you need. There are kits that you need, and this is the way you link up to Neolife, which is a business. And once you've linked up to Neolife, you have your own website, you have your own phone app, you have a community around you with all the trainings. It's a business. It's a complete business system. So this is the most expensive kit, which is 2,900 Rand, but it has 7 products in it. It has 2 personal care, 2 cleaners. So you can take your cleaning budget and put it into this. It has 4 wonderful nutritional products. It has a literature kit, and as I said, your website, etc. You are in business for that, and you have 7 products to get a story on, and 7 more reasons to talk to people. Then, if that's too much, Then there's just the golden starter kit with your Super 10 and LDC, which is under R1,000 to start a business of your very own that will last a lifetime. And or the Pro Vitality that Viv so beautifully spoke about with the 4 different products in a sachet. That is the Rolls Royce of every multivitamin and mineral, because it has antioxidants, energy tablet, your omega for your head, hearts, and prostates, and joints, and everything else, as Viv said. I'm just reminding you. And then there's another 2 kits, which is just the Trianen that Viv explained to us, looking after your cells. You've got a box of 6. So here, this is 100 points. Remember, I spoke about 100 points. So you could start off with 100 points. You swallow 1 or 2, depending on you and your wife, and sell 4, or swallow 1 and sell 5. Get some money back. It's a good one. And or if that's too much, here also under R1,000 are 2 Trianens, 1 to eat, 1 to sell. So those are the kits that actually open the door to this incredible opportunity. So, you know, the step is a decision. It's a decision. Yes, I want to. Okay. So how are you going to do it? End of the month. Just do it. So the person who invites you onto the Zoom is going to get in touch with you to just see where you are at, you know, to see how you are. And I just want to show you a message that the founder and owner of this business put onto our website, and I just think it's kind. As he says, we make success happen when we get out there, take chances, set our goals, and work towards them. When we put that consistent energy into getting where we want to go, we create the success that people consider luck. So if you want to be lucky, we've just showed you the way to get lucky. And we just thank you for being on the call. I want to thank Viv very much for being with us. For everybody, our distributors and our guests, I thank you for being on this call.